Did you know about the WestPoint quarter program? If you're like me, you might have missed it. But here we are in 2022. In 2019, the U.S. Mint produced quarters in Philadelphia and Denver, and to spark interest in coin collecting, they produced 10 million WestPoint quarters in 2019 and 2020, with a production of 2 million of each of the 5 designs in 2019 and 2020. A little history of mint marks. Since 1838, the mint has issued coins with mint marks, which identify the facility where the coins are struck. The most common mint marks are P, which denotes coins made in Philadelphia, D for coins made in Denver. Typically, circulating coins are made in Philadelphia or Denver. The 2 other mint mark facilities currently used are San Francisco for coins, or S for coins struck in San Francisco, and W for coins produced at WestPoint. The San Francisco and WestPoint mints primarily produce proof, commemorative, and or bullion coins. In 2019, however, the mint produced approximately 1% of the total circulating quarters at WestPoint, making the W mint mark quarters the first of its kind. This was an initiative limited to 2019 and 2020 America the Beautiful quarter program. The U.S. Mint at WestPoint. The WestPoint Mint facility is a U.S. Mint production and depository facility erected in 1937 near the U.S. Military Academy in West Point, New York of the United States. As of 2019, the Mint holds 22% of the United States gold reserves, or approximately 54 million ounces. In 2019, the Great American Coin Hunt. The National Coin Hunt coincided with the release of the 2019 WestPoint America the Beautiful quarters and was only one of the reasons to check your change throughout that year. To celebrate the National Coin Week, which ran from April 21st through April 26th of 2019, thousands of coin stores and coin collectors were encouraged to spend over 1 million rare coins to get them into circulation. Billed as the biggest coin drop in U.S. history, the idea behind the Great American Coin Hunt was intended to get ordinary people interested in coin collecting by encouraging them to go through their change to see if something rare has found its way into their pocket change. In addition to looking through your shiny new quarters, you might have found a real buffalo nickel or a wheat cent. Even regular coins might have a decal from a local coin shop entitling you to a rare or vintage coin worth up to $100 when you visit. Folding money was also included. Your $1, $5, or $10 bill might have a vintage silver certificate or a blue seal or red seal. These rare coins and paper money could still be floating around today, even after the 2019 America the Beautiful quarters from WestPoint started appearing. Why is everybody searching for the rare 2019 W quarter? The U.S. Mint made history with the announcement of the first ever circulating coins to bear the W Mint mark of the WestPoint Mint. This is the first new mint mark to appear on circulating U.S. coinage since the Denver Mint opened in 1906. The 5 coins that appeared in 2019 were the Lowell National Historic Park, Massachusetts, the American Memorial Park, Saipan Commonwealth, North Marianas Islands, Warren Pacific National Historic Park in Guam, San Antonio Missions National Historic Park in Texas, Frank Church River of No Return Wilderness in Ohio. Time to coincide with the 227th anniversary of the founding of the United States Mint, the April 2nd announcement revealed that 10 million special 2019 W America the Beautiful quarters were struck at the WestPoint for circulation that year, making it an instant rarity. the 10 million coin mintage will consist of 2 million of each of the 5 2019 America the Beautiful designs. The historic quarters were not available for purchase directly from the U.S. Mint and weren't released into circulation in bulk directly from WestPoint. Instead, the 2019 W America the Beautiful quarters were sent to the U.S. Mints in Philadelphia and Denver to be mixed in with regular ATB quarter output. The bulk bags of random coins were then distributed as normal to Federal Reserve banks and select other Fed and Treasury facilities. This gave regular people the chance to find them and ran at random in the wild, instead of a few dealers buying them all. The first shipments of these mixed bags of America the Beautiful quarters which bear the Lowell National Historic Park and the American Memorial Park designs, entered circulation in select cities in early 2019. How heavy is a bulk bag of quarters? Well, the U.S. Mint ships quarters to Federal Reserve banks and sub-treasuries in bulk bags of 200,000 coins each. One bulk bag of quarters weighs 2,500 pounds, 1¼ tons. The quarters are packed tightly in reinforced rectangular bags, then strapped with steel cables onto special steel pallets. The pegs on the bottom of the legs of these pallets fit into the square cone-shaped holes on the top of another pallet's legs. This allows the bulk bags to be securely packaged and unstacked by a forklift. What are the odds of finding a WestPoint quarter? Roughly 1.85 billion America the Beautiful quarters were minted in 2018, 945 million in Philadelphia, and 908 million struck at the Denver Mint. If ATB quarter production remains the same this year, the odds that, or in 2019, that you will get one and change will be 2019 WestPoint quarter are 185 to 1. This assumes that none of them are pulled from circulation, which will obviously not be the case. This also doesn't include all of the billions of quarters from previous years that are in circulation. Your best bet to find a WestPoint quarter when they were first released was to get $10 rolls of new quarters from your bank and go through them. Where can I find the WestPoint quarters? Well, the only way to obtain a 2019 WestPoint America the Beautiful quarter is to find it in circulation. They will not be available through the U.S. Mint's normal rolls and bags quarter program. The first shipments of the 2019 America the Beautiful quarters that included the 2019 WestPoint quarters were released into circulation in following cities and should already be appearing in circulation. The first release into circulation, which occurred on April 1st, 2019, WestPoint quarter denominations. The bold denotes the Federal Reserve Bank, asterisks mark Federal Reserve branch banks. In Colorado, the Denver Mint. In Florida, Jacksonville, Miami, Orlando, and Pensacola. In Georgia, Atlanta. Illinois, Chicago. Indiana, Indianapolis. Kentucky, Louisville. Louisiana, Shreveport. Massachusetts, Minneapolis. Jackson, Mississippi. Kansas City and St. Louis, Missouri. Helena, Montana. Albuquerque, New Mexico. New York, New York. Maryland, Baltimore and Beltsville, Detroit, Michigan, my hometown, Minneapolis, Minnesota, New York City, New York, Charlotte, North Carolina, Cincinnati and Talmadge, Ohio, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Nashville and Memphis, Tennessee, San Antonio, Houston, and Dallas, Texas, Salt Lake City, Utah, Richmond, Virginia, and Seattle, Washington were all scheduled to receive the WestPoint quarters to be mixed in with the Philadelphia or Denver Mint coins for circulation. In 2020, they added the B75 privy mark. The 2020 quarters honor the National Park of America Samoa and the U.S. Territories of America Samoa. Weir Farm, National Historic Site, located in the state of Connecticut. Salt River Bay National Historic Park, U.S. Virgin Islands Territory. Marsh Billings Rockefeller National Historic Park in Vermont. The Tallgrass Prairie National Reserves in Kansas. The circulating 2020 W quarters carry the V75 privy mark commemorating the end of World War II. 10 million quarters from the United States Mint facility at WestPoint will enter circulation in 2020. They will carry a special V75 privy mark to honor the 75th anniversary of the Allied victory in World War II. Traditionally, U.S. circulating coins are made only at Denver and Philadelphia mints and bear the standard D and/or P mint mark. The pair of plants make and ships them to Federal Reserve branches where they are distributed to local banks and other financial institutions. Like the 2019 W quarters, the 2020 editions will not be included in bulk U.S. Mint sold quarter products. The V75 privy mark design coins often carry a small mint mark, usually a single letter, to identify where they are made from. Privy marks are much rarer. The V75 privy mark appears on the quarter's obverse head side of the coin, above the inscription Liberty. This is an image of the privy. The privy mark consists of the character V75 signifying the 75th anniversary of the World War II victory, surrounded by an outline of the rainbow pole at the heart of World War II Memorial in Washington, D.C.